Do you feel like this person? For me, the game is really difficult. The tactics side of the game, it just does not do it for me. It's not fun. I'm struggling. There are too many obstacles. It's not relaxing me anymore. Why are you making it so hard for yourself? Well, today, I'm going to explain why you should play like Lollujo. Yes, he's another content creator, and I'm suggesting playing like him because he keeps things simple. Kevin, otherwise known as Lollujo on his YouTube channel, he's been doing this for a long time. And if you followed his content, you will notice that he doesn't overcomplicate his tactics. The thing is, when we are trying the game of Football Manager, sometimes we tend to make things a bit difficult for ourselves. You might decide, hey, you know, this guy is scoring 100 goals with Erling Haaland. I'm going to go download his tactic and I'm going to try it with my team. Lo and behold, you stick the tactic in, it stops working. You can't score 100 goals and you're going, what in the world is going on? Kevin has won the FM Streamer Showdown multiple times. People suggested that he was using a downloaded tactic, perhaps even a corner hack. But reality, he was using a preset tactic.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, he uses preset tactics. That's the way people should approach the game if they're struggling. If you are struggling with the game, go use a preset tactic and find the best players for those systems. I also hear the calls that say the match engine is broken because you decided, that you're going to create a tactic for spending more. A complicated tactic for spending more. And, well, the player didn't know the ball was being played out to him. This could happen in lower league footballs because mistakes are going to happen. But this is where it's important to recognize the roles and duties your players can play in. Look at Kevin over here.
We've played our last few games of the season. We narrowly lost against Man City, narrowly beat West Ham, and narrowly lost against Aston Villa. Very much the theme of the season with this 4-3-3. It was we varied a little bit from it when we did the Diamond, but more often than not, narrow results one way or the other. We definitely keep it tight.
He got into the Premiership with Preston North End, realized very quickly that he was struggling with a certain system that was giving away too many goals. So he switched to a 4-3-3 because, let's face it, the 4-3-3 formation is very good if you want to deny the opposition easy chances at your goal. If you're struggling with the game of Football Manager, the first thing you want to recognize is that you're not the digital equivalent of Pep Guardiola. Start with a preset tactic, a simple tactical system that makes it harder for teams to score against you. But don't forget, if you're looking at Kevin's tactic over here, it's not a defensive tactic. It's actually a really attacking tactic. He is playing with counter pressing and counter on. And he is attacking sides because he's an underdog. He's keeping things simple. He knows he can't defend, so he much rather go attack.
This is his first match as a permanent one. And Ross and Scott, we've got too many players who've got first names as surnames. Even Walters, he's just added an S to his. We need to get these boys some surnames. And Jim Watson is in.
Let's take Lollujo's tactic and compare it to a vertical tiki-taka 4-3-3. Notice there are some differences, but they're not major. For one thing, he's playing with a lot more risk. He's an underdog. He's willing to take those chances. But here are the interesting role changes he made. He's not using a register because, let's face it, register needs a wall around him doing all the hard work. So he's gone with the DLP. Fantastic. He wants a player who's holding his position in front of the back line, and he's also decided, hey, I don't want to use a ball-playing defender. I want to use a central defender. Again, a logical choice for a team that doesn't have very good ball-playing defenders. Then if you look further upfield, you notice he's got Mazzala on attack. He's also used personalized roles. This is a very simple thing to do in the game. If your player can't play a certain role, why not play him in another role? He's done that. He's decided I'm going to use inverted wingers with an advanced forward. It's a logical decision because he's just gone in there and said, okay, we'll just put one over the top. Let's get our advanced forward into goal-scoring positions. Chances are most of the teams are attacking us. Yes, there'll be space. But what's interesting are all the team instructions. He hasn't overcomplicated the game. He's keeping it to the same style, but he's gone with a few role changes. Oh, Daljit, the preset has a balanced mentality. He's actually gone on attacking mentality. That's very different. It's about risk. He's willing to take more chances. He's the underdog. He wants to take bigger risk. And if you look at his tactic properly, he's feeding an advanced forward who's running at players. So what he's gone and done is he's gone and found or tried to find the right players for the right positions.
Looking around the place now, Calvin Ramsey can come on to play left back. Who is better at left back out of him and Walters? So he's either-footed and accomplished at left back. Walters is right-footed. Yeah, we'll leave Ramsey either-footed. He can play left back. No problem at all. We did start to struggle for goals in the second half of last season. When Adam Eder stopped scoring, we struggled to really get anyone else up and running with the goals. But Alex Scott has decided to start us off with a first goal of this season on his debut, his re-debut, his permanent player debut. Puts us 1-0 up right after half-time. Takes a little bit of the pressure off Watson up front, which is handy to see. What I was going to say is we have got options to come on for Watson.
Sometimes the issue with Football Manager is that we are guilty of overcomplicating really simple things. Now, if you've got a tactic, find the best players for that position and go for it. But if you want to start overcomplicating and start including players because you want a specific trait, maybe you saw a video created by me that says, hey, this trait is really cool, and you decide, hey, I want to play that player because of that trait. Or maybe somebody has suggested, you should try to get a winger who's got these kind of attributes because you'll be able to do A or B or whatever. Thing is, forget all that. If you're struggling, go back to basics. Keep things simple. And nothing could be simpler than having depth in your squad, because you can't just depend on the 11 players on the pitch to last 90 minutes. Kevin was playing a counter-pressing system. He knows that. So he's got a deep bench, because the easiest way to play counter-pressing is to make sure that you've got 22 players who can counter-press.
Jovic can go out to right back. Then we're trying to take off Walters, so we can bring Finley Burns on in there to hopefully just shore things up for us at the back. Ramsey is across to cover and plays it forward to Sartori, who's still on the pitch. This is going to be Sartori's final contribution. Can he grab himself an assist? He goes past his man and cuts it back, looking for Rafa. Rafa gives it to Reyes, and there is the chance for Reyes. I don't know if he's managed to stay onside or not.
If you're struggling with the game of Football Manager, take a step back. Ask yourself one question. Why don't you use a preset tactic instead of something that's downloaded? Why are you making so many changes to the tactic? Those preset tactics come just fine the way they are. Maybe changing a role to suit your players might be a good way to go. Then find the right kind of players for your system. Have some depth. Recognize that this is going to be something that you'll need to do, especially when you're hitting the 70th minute mark. Yes, substitutions. Because if you keep those same 11 players on the pitch for 90 minutes and you concede a goal, don't be surprised. Your players are probably tired. You want to play again pressing? Have 22 players who can again press. I hope you enjoyed today's show. I want to thank Kevin for allowing me to do a video called Play Like Lollujo. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and don't forget you can check him out. His links to his channel are in the description of the video below. Meanwhile, you guys stay safe, take care of each other. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.